Y'all, it's Connor for Bigfoot Anonymous. We're here at InfinityCon 2021 Tallahassee. It's been a great weekend, and I'm here with my new friends from Ghoulash. This monster caught my eye right away. How could it not? This is one of the coolest things in the whole Civic Center. I want to hear the background story to what inspired everything, and maybe the mythology and folklore, and just the awesome gameplay that you guys have. You guys are doing the most.
Yeah, well, we actually have the games of Ghoulash are two games. We have a paper game, Ghoulash, the game of pen and paper peril, and then we have the card game, Ghoulash, the game of card calamity. And the whole thing began back in 1982. I was rooming with some friends, and they were big fans of the movie, the original version of Dawn of the Dead. And I was wanting to make a role-playing games were coming into popularity back then, and I wanted to make a role-playing game for two people, where each player was the other's game master. And so I was inspired. They were talking about Dawn of the Dead all day, so I was inspired by that, and I created a game with these monsters and zombies and things like that. And in my notes, I wrote down the word ghoulish to describe something, and then later when I went back and looked at my notes, I read the word as goulash, and I thought, well, that's a great pun. So immediately I changed the name of the game to Ghoulash. The zombies became these big green monsters called ghouls, and that's where it began. And I created the paper game version first, and then in 2001, I launched it on Ghoulash.com, and the game was downloaded by players all over the world. And in fact, it was translated by fans into 6 different languages, including one fan was Hungarian, so there is a Hungarian Ghoulash out there. And then my son Joe and I modified the paper game into what eventually became this card game, the game of card calamity. And in both games are the same. You're battling these ghouls using the battle cards in your hand. And several years ago, we went to a local con in our hometown of Pensacola, Pensacon, and we had our booth set up, and we weren't getting a lot of attention, and right across from us was the booth for the 501st, the Star Wars group. They had all these great photo ops, folks coming up and getting their photos taken. Well, I told Joe, I said, we need a photo op. So I said, what we need to do is build a life-size ghoul.
Yes.
So for the next year, we built this 7-foot ghoul, which is the monster from our game. And we eventually called him Goonther. And so we brought him with us. We bring him with us every time we go to a con. And he's very popular. Folks love getting their photos taken with Goonther. And he shows up all over social media. So we use him as our spokesmodel for our games.
Yes, it is perfect, man. That is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. I was told, they were asking me, because I'm the Bigfoot guy, that if I brought the green Bigfoot, and I'm like, no, I have to check that out. So I'm so glad I got to touch base with you guys, and you guys are really doing something special with this. The fact that you guys can make a world out of essentially grid paper is beautiful, man. 1982. I was not expecting 10 years before I was born, Goonther was coming alive, man. This is special. Thank you guys so much, and I will send you the video after, man. Bigfoot Anonymous and Ghoulash. What a special time. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care.